Santa Clara, the Broncos from the WCC. We're going to talk about them. We've learned about them. We're going to break down this basketball team. What should we be concerned about? Where does Kentucky have an advantage? We're going to break down this ball game from the perspective of Santa Clara because we got a long week, and we'll do that on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, publisher at Kentucky Wildcats on SI. Joined as always by Carson, Nash. And Carson, we talked about it. You know, people are it's chilly weather today, Carson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, golly, I'm looking and I'm seeing snowflakes.
So, yeah, that Brookings chili better be cooking on the stove tonight.
It's the perfect time to go and get some Brookings chili. It's a little chilly. Go get on there. And it's like snowing hard now. I mean, go get you some. Go get you some. I've seen some folks say, guys, you know, it's not chili season. First of all, it's always chili season.
Mm-hmm.
Honest. But
and first of all, Lexington, it could snow any day.
Middle of July. You never know.
Yeah.
So, Rupp's favorite chili. He called it the best in the bluegrass. Championship chili for a championship coach. Go get some. Head to brookingschili.com and use code Wildcats Today, all caps, to save 10% at checkout. Want to go see everybody get some. It's a local Lexington business. Diehard UK fans. We support our own here, BBN. Go get you some chili. Go support them.
Gotta support your own. Go get some chili. We love it. We know you will too. Like Andrew said, go get it at brookingschili.com. Use code Wildcats Today in all caps. Save 10%.
And then the other thing we have in March, we have more housekeeping stuff to talk about than normal. I feel like because we're busy. It's a busier time. So go join our bracket challenge. It's the Wildcats Today _ password is Brookings Chili, capital B, one word, Brookings Chili, capital B. It's Wildcats Today _ There's like 25, 26 people in there right now, something like that. Everybody go join. Winner takes home $50. Got to be subscribed. That's a big rule. So also
subscribe and follow the Twitter.
Yeah, and also if you're not subscribed, what are we doing here, folks? Come on, hit that button. It's free. It doesn't hurt you. Doesn't hurt you one bit. Hit the subscribe button for us and go join the tournament challenge. There's no reason not to. It takes 20 seconds to fill out a bracket. Winner takes home $50. So go do it. We'll have that scrolling across the bottom. Tournament bracket challenge name, Wildcats Today _ password is Brookings Chili, one word, capital B. We want to see if you all know more ball than us. And I'm thinking we'll see. So go join that. Go join it. Yeah, that's all the housekeeping I think that we've got here. So Santa Clara, Carson, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. We were kind of more talking about the whole draw. We talked about Iowa State, Tennessee, Virginia. We talked about the whole draw in and of itself. But today we're going to talk about Santa Clara, and we're not really going to talk about Santa Clara in perspective of like what does Kentucky have to do to win. We're going to talk about the Broncos and their team. We got a long week where we've got a handful more shows to do to break down this game. But Santa Clara is a good team, Carson, and I want to talk about how good they are. I want to ask you this question now. And then I want to break the game down, or I'm sorry, their team down together. And then I want us each to kind of think about this question again.
Yeah.
Is Santa Clara, everyone's saying they're a really good team. I watched them play full games today. I watched them for a couple hours this morning. It was my whole morning. They're a really good basketball team. But how good? Do you think it's fool's gold? Or do you think they are genuinely that good? I want to hear your opinion. I'll tell you mine.
I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. I think they are a little bit of fool's gold because they haven't really played anybody, and they only have one quad one win over St. Mary's.
1-4 in quad one.
Yeah. So I think they haven't really played the schedule that most teams have because they aren't in the best conference. And I think our schedule is very much harder than theirs. And we played a lot tougher of a schedule. So I think it's a little bit of fool's gold. They got beat by almost 30 by New Mexico. I mean, and then you look at it and they're shooting 35% from three. They're big. They're athletic. I mean, they have a high upside is what it is.
Mhm.
It's just, I think they've put on a good piece of work against teams that aren't at the utmost quality. So I think it's hard to tell really how good this team is. It kind of reminds me of last year's Troy team because
Mhm.
they won their division, their conference, and everyone was like, "Oh, Troy's going to be really, really good and hard to beat in the tournament." And then they weren't much so. So I think it depends because you could see a team come out here and they shoot 40% and they shoot a ton of, or 35% and they shoot a ton of threes per game. So if you come out here and you don't defend and they make 23 pointers, then yeah, you're going to go home. But I think if you go out there and you defend like you should, I think this team has played a lesser of a schedule. So I think our schedule got us prepared for this game more than theirs did.
Yeah. I agree with your points there. And, you know, I watched the WCC final where they lost to Gonzaga, and watched that game, and it was close for a while. Gonzaga pulled away, but to me, it was pretty clear that Gonzaga is a better team. Gonzaga's beaten them 3 times.
Well, it's also a different Gonzaga team than when we played Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I mean, they're missing the Huff kid, and Huff is a big piece of their team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, and I'm a big believer that this team is good, but there's a gap. I think that we've got better skill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
More talent. Now, who's the better basketball team? Because talent doesn't always mean you're a better basketball team. Carson.
No.
There's a big
and in March, it doesn't matter. Anything you did this whole previous season, I don't care who you played. I don't care who you beat. It doesn't matter now. Season's 0-0. You haven't played a game yet. You know, this is a brand new season. So Santa Clara can definitely come out and beat us. We have to be on our A game.
Agreed. And so I think you hit the nail on the head with what you said about it. You think it's a little fool's gold, but they're also really good. I think the same thing. I think that they're a really good basketball team. They've played Gonzaga 3 times, so there's a sample size there. I mean, Gonzaga beat us by 200 points, so we don't have a lot of room to talk. I think that all 3 of their losses to Gonzaga where it was like 12 or less, so they were in it, you know, the whole time. And this is a Santa Clara team that the games against Gonzaga great, okay?
They don't have J-Dub on this roster, and they don't have Brandon Podminski on this roster either.
Yeah. And so I guess what I'm getting to, I think that Santa Clara is a good basketball team, and they are very capable of beating Kentucky on Friday in St. Louis. But they've played 5 quad 1 games and only won 1 of them. Folks, we've played 16, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have the resume that we have. And now, I mean, they're a 10 seed. It's not like they're sitting at a 4 seed. We're having this conversation. Like they are a 10 seed, but and they're well coached. Former, UK assistant, and they're a well coached ball club. But
they have some talent upside on their roster.
Yeah.
The Allen Graves kid is a late 1st-round draft pick projected right now. He's a 6'9" forward. He can kind of do everything. So, like I said, they might not be a J-Dub or a Podminski, but there's Allen Graves, and we're gonna have to do a good job defending that guy.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I've seen him, and I think he hits the portal and is a star somewhere next year.
Hopefully here,
maybe. But I guess that's what I want to say. Before we break down their team, everyone's picking Santa Clara to beat Kentucky, and I think that's because people love to pick the 10-7 upset. We see that all the time. People are going to pick A&M and Missouri to pull off some upsets. So it's going to happen, right? People love the 10-7 upset. But the point that I want to add to this is that I think that people just want to pick against Kentucky to pick,
it's fun to pick against Kentucky ever since Jack Golke hit his freaking 15 threes in a row, and they like to make fun of Kentucky. And then his wing tee hairline is like laughing at everybody. God, ever since Golke, it's been fun to make fun of Kentucky.
But that's what I'm saying is I think people are, and I mean, this isn't like, oh, you guys are like, I'm being genuine. Like, I just think people like to pick against Kentucky. Like people want, programs like that to lose. It's just the reality. I mean, people like if Duke was a 7 seed and people would be picking Duke to lose. It's not just Kentucky. Like historic programs that people don't like. They want to pick them to lose.
Well, they also are looking at it as, like you said, they have a great coach and they shoot a lot of 3-pointers. What has Kentucky lost to in March when we lose early to a team that shoots well from 3? And so we've been up and down this season. And when you look at it, when we're playing down and another team's hitting their 3s, we're very vulnerable and we can lose those games. So it does make sense why some people are picking this as an upset, because the way we play, you never know which team's going to come out on a given night.
But I'll say this. Every year, there is a forced narrative upset that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Every year. Okay? Yeah. I'd have to look back at examples, and I'm always pretty good at sniffing it out. I remember last year, shout out to Dr. Coulter. I don't remember which one it was, but there was a team. Maybe it was McNeese, not last year, but the year before. Whatever. There was beside the point, but people love to pick this one upset, and everybody picks it, and then the better basketball team wins. People are like,
Yeah.
And sometimes I think people just force it. This feels like one where they're forcing it.
Yeah.
Kentucky can lose this game. I'm not saying Kentucky's going to blow them out or Kentucky's going to win for sure. Santa Clara is very much capable of winning this basketball game, but you made another great point, which is Kentucky is battle tested. I don't know how battle tested Santa Clara is. It's the gosh darn WCC. St. Mary's is okay. If St. Mary's played in the SEC, if Gonzaga, for that fact, played in the SEC, they would have a lot more losses because they're not playing Pepperdine.
100%.
And Pacific or whatever the other schools in that conference are. Like, you get my point. Like, it's not hate toward these schools. They're playing their schedule. They're playing their conference. My point is, if they're in the SEC, the records don't look the way they look.
Yeah.
They don't. So, and that's for all those. St. Mary's. I mean, St. Mary's, they're playing, right? An SEC school.
I think so. I think they're playing, are they playing A&M?
They're playing A&M.
They're playing Tennessee.
No, it's either A&M or Missouri. They're the 7, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. But before I make the comment I'm about to make. It's oh no, that's Miami. Sorry, hold on. It'll be over here then. No, there it is. They play Texas A&M. Texas A&M is going to beat St. Mary's.
Yeah,
telling you that right now.
Yeah,
and that's my point. I mean, St. Mary's is solid. If they played in, and it's not just the SEC. If they played in any other power conference, they would struggle.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. This is not a pro SEC anti, other conferences. Big 10, ACC, Big 12, they're going to struggle in those conferences, and they get boosted from that. I mean, Santa Clara does not get an at-large bid in any other if they're playing in any other conference. They just don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I am respectful to how good this basketball team is. They're really, really, really good. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. If they play in the SEC or the Big 10, are they an at-large team, Carson?
No, they're playing. They're like 15 seed with LSU in the SEC tournament.
Exactly, and I think they may be a little. They're better than that, but that's the reality, and that's why I'm a believer that there's some. I wish Indiana would have been in the tournament.
But I say LSU, and it took a miracle shot for us to beat LSU at LSU. Yeah. So you know what I mean? It's not to say that they can't come beat us. So we have to play our A game. If they played in the SEC is a gauntlet. It just is. It's a lot harder to play in the SEC than the WCC. It's just a fact. So they would have a lot more losses, and their stats would not look nearly as good as they do if they played in the SEC. So that's all I'm saying. But that's why we have to come in and lock in, because you can't lose this game. And if you let them hang around and gain some momentum early on, they could come in and beat you.
Yeah. But that's my biggest frustration is that I just think that the national media is overdoing the Santa Clara is going to win. Santa Clara could win and I could look really stupid. It could happen. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if Kentucky and Santa Clara play 10 times, I think Kentucky wins 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my point. On a neutral floor, which was going to be more like a home floor. I mean, there's going to be more Kentucky fans there than Santa Clara fans. That's reality. So I'm really not – this is more hate to the national media than this is Santa Clara. Like, congrats to them for having a great season.
Oh, yeah. I think, and like we said, the storylines, this is the first time in 30 years that they've made the tournament, which sucks for us, but I mean, is awesome for them because I hate that going into it because they haven't made it in 30 years and then they get to play Kentucky on their first time in 30 years. It's a big game for them.
Exactly. And so this is genuinely no hate to them. I just think people are forcing the Kentucky's going to lose narrative because it gets clicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple to me. And it's frustrating. I do not like that type of
ESPN's been great at rage bait recently.
Yeah. But it's just like that's been my frustration. This is not any hate towards Santa Clara and their fans. If their fans are like this, truly, there's no hate to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fans of a Santa Clara would agree with that. That like, yeah, this would be a little different if they were playing in the Big 12, Big 10, ACC, SEC, even Big East. I mean, I think they're the Big East end of that. But so. Not to say we're not going to win, and they are really good. And we're going to get into that, but I just think fans are overdoing it a little bit. I think people are overdoing the Kentucky's going to get killed by Santa Clara. I think Kentucky could lose, but I think that they're going to win. I think they're going to beat Santa Clara. But when it comes to Santa Clara, you talked about their 3-point shooting. It's 22nd. They moved up a spot somehow yesterday. I don't know what would have happened. I guess beside the point. 22nd in 3-point attempts per game. It is 29.2. They shoot 34.6% from three. And they have 8 players who have shot 80 or more threes. 5 players who have shot 100 or more threes. They like to shoot the ball from deep. They are incredibly they're a large team. They got tall players. They got strong players, and they're incredible on the boards. This is not going to be a cakewalk game by any stretch of the imagination. They've got some good players. I think that Hammond is a really solid guy for them. I think he was first team WCC.
Yeah,
he averages 15.8 per game. Something like, hold on, pull this back up. He averages 15.8 per game. He's great. I think that the Mahi guy, he's a really solid player. He's kind of there. He's a bruiser. He can shoot the 3 ball. He shoots it a lot. He's a shot chucker. Averages 13.9 a game. Helps on the boards. Pass the ball. And then Graves off the bench. Great player. He's going to be a stud. I'm willing to bet he transfers somewhere goes pro. But I bet you
Graves is the kid that you highlight when you're scouting a team like this because this is a kid that can really make a difference in this game because he has the talent upside to do it.
And this is a freshman. I want to add to. This is a freshman.
You know what I was looking at in the stats that kind of drew my attention? So they're allowing opponent 2-point percentage at 54%, or right around 54%. So I think a key to this game is going to say, hey, Ortega, go win this game. You're better than everybody on the court. How about we show that and go attack the rim and score some points? Because it looks like their shot blocking and their rim protection is not the greatest because they're allowing a lot of easy looks at 2. So I think if Ortega can get in the flow of things and get downhill and start to open up some of those perimeter looks, because if he can get downhill, then people start to become open outside and it makes it a lot easier for us. But I do like that. I think their defense, as good as they are on offense, I think their defense is a little lackluster. So that is a positive for us. And they like to run up and down at a faster tempo. So I do think that is going to be a positive for us as well, getting in the flow of things, because I think whenever teams slow us down a little bit, we can get stagnant and complacent and we don't really move as much on offense. So I think the up and down tempo of this game is going to be exciting to watch, and I think it'll be a positive for us.
Yeah. You know what else they do a lot when you're talking about Ortega getting to the rim? Foul a lot. They foul a lot. And I think
they 21.2 free throws allowed per game for the other team.
Yeah. So, Ortega, put your head down, get to the rim. I thought we didn't talk about the Florida game. I thought he settled for way too many jump shots, and I think some of that is a testament to the play of Florida. That's not all on Oweh, but he settled for too many jump shots, and we're okay with Ortega Oweh jump shots now. But I felt like a lot of them were rushed and settled.
Yeah,
settled for.
Well, we had brought that up earlier on a couple of weeks ago, where this team plays worse when they're rushed. And when they're rushed is when they get behind or they make turnovers and mistakes and they feel like they have to do 110%. In reality, we really just need 100% out of you. Like, let's not go make the hero play. Let's make the play that's efficient and the play that we need. And so I feel like sometimes we get in that place where we're a little rushed and forcing things, and that only hurts us. It doesn't really help us.
Yeah. No, I'm in agreement there, but so I mean that's the point is let's get to the rim. Let's get to the rim and let's try and score down there. Defensively, you got to see Kentucky stay on their man. We cannot have Colin Chandler coming down to the paint to help.
Yeah, the help defense is killing me, and we're gonna have to run people off of the 3-point line. Do not let them get good looks. Run them off the 3-point line, force them to their non-dominant side, and play that way. We cannot let them have open looks from three because they make a couple of those momentum strikes. Then it gets crazy in there. We get a little nervous. You can't let them have any momentum. So we're gonna need high quality defense this game to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And then the other guy, their one real true shot blocker they have is it's number 12. Number 12. He's a good player. He's a lengthy 7'1" center. Who was that again? I remember he was number 12, Carson.
What's his name, Andrew?
Oh, I don't have it pulled up. But it's number 12. I just remember from watching.
It's Bucky Oboye. Bucky Oboye.
I had it pulled up. I just wanted to see. You give a run at that.
Yeah.
I've got a complaint. Every team we play in the tournament has all these tough players' names to. Do you remember Illinois last year?
Dude, they got on us.
Rowdy. They did not like us struggling to pronounce some of their players' names.
No,
didn't like it.
No, not at all.
Bit.
Sorry, I just can't pronounce those names. Yeah. I mean, some of them were just tough.
They could go complain about it in Cancun.
Yeah,
but like they've got this other guy. Here, this will be fun. This guard, he's from Bulgaria.
Oh yeah, this one's even worse.
Go for it, Carson.
Well, Sash is pretty simple, right? And then
that's fine. That's not the part I'm worried about.
Then you got Gavalugov, Yugov. I don't know. Gavalugov.
Yeah. There you go. Good try. I bet that's not right, but
probably not.
Nevertheless,
right. I tried my best.
But they're an interesting team. I think that Sash, and obviously, as we've talked about, Graves are two of their better players, and those guys come off the bench a lot. I think it's interesting. They score a lot of bench points. They're top. I think it was top 30 in the nation in bench points. They score a lot of bench points, and it's because two of their better players come off the bench.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys that they start is this Knapper, Brennan Knapper. Brenton. He was one of the guys. When I watched him, I was not overly impressed with him. I think that he's their guard, like he's their point guard. He's their, you know what I mean? Their veteran point guard. I was not overly impressed with him. And I mean, there was a reason he only played 12 minutes in that game against.
You want to hear some big fact for me here? So defensive rebounding wise, they are not very good, right? They typically average 21 defensive rebounds a game, which is 289th, which is pretty bad. But offensive rebounding wise, they average 11.2 rebounds a game, which puts them at 20th in the country. So if you can prevent them from getting those offensive rebounds, you can really dominate and win this game on the rebounding battle. And if you can do that and held them to like 5 or 6 offensive rebounds, nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can prevent the second chance opportunities and allow them to take less 3-pointers and have a chance of making less 3-pointers, then we should be able to win this game and win it pretty easily and cover, I would say. But you can't allow those long rebounds on missed threes to affect it and have offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities for easy baskets.
And we talk about it. I mean, you alluded to it, but the 3-point shooting, they're going to chuck them. They're going to get those long rebounds. We got to get them. If they're killing us on those long rebounds, it's going to be a long night. Because that means more threes. So can't let them get those long rebounds. that'll kill us. That will be an absolute killer for us.
Another big one, which I thought Denzel's been a lot better at taking care of the ball, but they average 8.8 steals a game, which puts them 13th in the country for that. So we got to take care of the ball. And turning the ball over in March is never a good recipe. Yeah. So I think that's got to be the first thing on our players' mind. Make the good pass, not the hero pass, play efficient basketball, and we should be okay.
Yeah. But they shot a lot of middies, a lot of mid-range jump shots.
Well, they're very effective from the 2-point range. Like they have a high percent from 2. I forget exactly what it is. Let me find it real quick. They're shooting 56.5% from 2. It's 39th in the country. So they're pretty efficient.
But I still would rather them shooting mid-range pull-up jump shots than threes.
Oh, yeah. Me too, than threes. You know? That's why I said run them off the three-point line. Yeah. Try to force them to their non-dominant hand. If you can't, then fine, force them to the dominant side. But anything's better than a three-point shot against this team.
So my favorite thing in the world is when a team settles for a 2-shot jumper, because it's like if you make it, it's like tip your cap, okay? And if they miss it, they miss it.
The good old Keon Brooks. Let's dribble in 2 feet in front of the line and shoot a mid-range jumper.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. But I think that's this Santa Clara team. Their assist turnover ratio is really solid. Bench points are great. They shoot a lot of threes. They shoot a solid percentage at 35%. It's not elite, but it's, like the best percentage in the country is right around 4. It's not. It's right around. You're never going to see a team shoot much better than that.
Yeah, but they also take a ton of attempts. So it being around 35% on that amount of attempts is impressive. Yeah,
exactly. So they shoot the 3 ball well. Rebounding on the defensive side, it's okay. Offensive side, elite. Gotta keep them from getting those second chances, because it's going to lead to more open. The offensive rebound is a good opportunity to get an open 3 somewhere, because normally. It's basketball 101. People are crashing the boards. Someone maybe is probably open for the offensive team. You're going to get a good look at offensive rebounds. So can't let them happen, because that's probably how they get a good chunk of their great looks from 3. Those offensive rebounds. So need to keep them off of the offensive glass in this one. I think that to me that's Santa Clara. Is there anything else about them that you've noticed, want to talk about?
That's all I got. I know they averaged 40.1 points in the first half, which puts them 21st in the country in that. So I think we got to get off to a hot start. We got to limit them, because like I said, if you start off the game and allow them to hang in there, this is kind of like a Cinderella run. It's Santa Clara versus Kentucky. That's 2 big differential names. So, you can't let them have any ounce of momentum, because like Oakland or the teams of the past that we let beat us, we let them stay in the game. And that's when they end up beating us at the end, because we failed at the end of the game. But you can't let them stay in there. You got to come in and step on their throats immediately and get up by 10 points and try to keep that the rest of the game, because you don't want them having an ounce of confidence.
Yeah. I did write about that in one of the articles I wrote about Santa Clara today, which once again, Santa Clara is a much better basketball team than St. Peter's and Oakland. But the blueprint, St. Peter's shot about 51% from 3, and Oakland 48% from 3. When Kentucky loses to smaller programs, the blueprint of late has been to shoot the 3 ball well. And this is a team
and shoot a lot of them. And shoot a lot of them.
Can't get killed there. Cannot get killed there. It's going to be a really important part of this ball game. If they kill us from deep, I think
that's what I'm saying. That we need to lay off the help defense a little bit down low. Yeah. We can give up a layup every now and then, or make them take a tough layup. Let's not give up the wide open corner 3 because we're helping on a layup. Yeah.
I'm with you. The snow is coming down now. Golly. But no, I'm with you. So I like the Cats to win this one. I think that Kentucky's the better basketball team, and I think they're really good. It's not meant to be hate. I think Kentucky's better. I think that for the most part, they played really well in Nashville. I think even the loss to Florida, was it elite? No, they missed a lot of jump shots. I think that if Kentucky shoots the ball well, they're going to win this game. It's very simple. So, and people are gonna take this as we're saying, oh, Santa Clara sucks. No, they don't suck. I just don't think they're as good as the world's making them out to be right now.
Yeah, that's my point. We're trying to they're making them seem like world beaters. We're just saying they're a good team, not world beaters. That's just all we're saying. I still respect the hell out of them, and I think they're a good basketball team, especially with a great coach. So we have to play good to beat them. There's no doubt about that in my mind. So we really have to put on an A performance, and if we don't, we'll be going home early, and it's going to have a lot of conversations with it. But I think we can get it done, and I think we can lock in and do it.
Yeah, the anti-Mark Pope crowd is really hoping that Santa Clara is good, because this would be an opportunity to people are going to get this. He loses to Santa Clara, his behind is red hot sitting on the seat next year. It's reality, and whether you like it or not, that's going to be a fact. So he's got to win. I mean, because I think if he loses to Iowa State, it's like you lost to a 2 seed, down year, team was banged up. Let's get back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
If he loses this game, I think people are going to freak out.
I agree. That's my philosophy too. I'm going to give him grace if he gets to if we get to Iowa State and lose to Iowa State. I'm still going to be upset, and I think the season could have gone a lot better. The two biggest losses for me that I was frustrated about were definitely Auburn and Georgia. I think if you win that week, then the season looks a whole lot different. You get a better seed in the SEC tournament. You probably don't have to play Florida in the second or third game you play. But I mean, it's just going back to it. It's been a frustrating season, but we've had injuries, and I think if we can make it to the Iowa State game and lose, I'll give them another year, and you just got to see what happens next year. But I think if you do lose Santa Clara, a lot of people are going to start talking a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. The plan for tomorrow's show, I think what we're going to kind of do is we're going to do an early prediction of who's going to leave, who's going to stay, and then based off of that, discuss transfer portal needs. Because, I mean, people say, oh, worry about the season. Folks, this is like I'm getting ready to go write an article about a kid we have to reach out to in the portal. He's not even technically in the portal yet. The point is, this is a kid you want. This is now. This is why you get the GM.
Well, if everyone remembers from last year, Cam Williams committed on the day that we played against Tennessee. So I mean, people are already entering in the portal, and we could get motion here quick because I mean they're going to be wanting to find spots left and right. So it's go time now in the portal.
No, but that's the problem. They changed that rule. It opens the day after the.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it opens the day after the natty.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense. I never understood that in the first place. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So that's why when you see these things like that kid that they're not in the portal.
Belmont kid.
The Belmont kid. They're not in the portal. They're saying when it opens, I'm getting in the portal.
Yeah.
Same as we've seen with college football. I just liked it. What's this kid's name? Let me pull this up. I just liked something about him. Wait. Oh, there it is. Tyler Lundblade. That's a cool name. Yeah, see, you'll see this verbiage a lot.
I like his game. And I like the way he moves without the ball, too. I think he's a very, very good perimeter threat.
Yeah. I'm with you. But it's the verbiage has been will enter the so they're not in the portal. They're going to enter the transfer portal. And so we'll talk about that because once again, for the it's too early to talk about that crowd. No, it ain't, because if we get a GM, this is what they're going to be doing. They're going to be looking at messages like that. And they're going to be scouting and saying, when that opens, we're reaching out to this kid and this kid and this kid. That's what they're going to do the same thing here. So
yeah.
And they'll probably that's the plan for tomorrow. Thursday we'll do our preview. We're trying to figure out what to do Wednesday. Maybe we could do a keys, just a little shorter keys to victory. We'll figure it out. But that's the plan tomorrow. Thursday will be the full preview of the game. We'll figure out what the plan is for Wednesday.
We might do we got to do our bracket breakdown. We got to do
we could mix that in with a keys to victory or something. We will do that. So yeah, that's all I've got. Go to brookingschili.com. Use code Wildcats Today, all caps. Get your 10% off. Go get your chili. Go get our tournament bracket that's going at the bottom. Wildcats Today _ You go to
tell the people what you're starting today.
What?
You're 75 hard.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even want to get into it, man. There will be.
Tell them the hardest part of the challenge. Tell them the hardest part at least.
I think we're going to lose subscribers if I tell them. I think we're going to lose our what people like about us. I don't think we can't tell them.
What the hardest part about the challenge, Andy?
I think old Andrew might be off the bottle for 75 days, folks.
No, not that one. No.
Oh, no Donato's pizza?
No. Even worse. You have to read 10 pages of a book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, what's bullcrap about that is I have to read my own articles every day. So I read all day. And then now I have to read an actual book, and books are stupid. I do not.
You're telling me you don't like books better than movies?
I'd rather, like when people are like, "Did you read the book?" I'm like, "Is there?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, they made a movie about it." I'm like, "Then I'll watch the movie."
Yeah,
I'm not gonna read the book. I'll just watch the movie. I'll be done with this. I respect people that like to read, but I don't understand it. I respect it, don't understand it because I hate it. There are a million things I'd rather be doing. I think I would rather bang my head on a wall. Like if I had to make the list of things I'd rather do, bang my head on the wall. And now I'm talking about, hold on. I'm talking about books. Like I like to read on like stuff about the Reds. And,
yeah. I don't count like sports stuff. Like I'll read Twitter and articles all day long.
I'm talking about books. I couldn't sit down and literally, if I made a list, like you would see bang head against the wall above read a book. It just would be. So I'm reading about I guess this one's one of my dad's books. It's about like it's just the JFK assassination or something.
Oh, it's probably good.
Oh yeah,
there was a good show about that. I think it's like 11/22, like 60 something. It's on Netflix. It was about this guy that goes back in time to prevent the JFK assassination.
You told me about
really
that.
Good.
You told me. I need to watch.
James Franco was the star in it. It was really good.
Maybe I need to watch it. You told me about that the other day, and I meant to watch it, and I haven't. So. Okay, that's all we got, folks. Hit that subscribe button for us. We'd appreciate that. Go join the bracket. Wildcats Today _ passwords Brookings Chili, one word, capital B. And then we will see you tomorrow to break down next year's roster right here on the Wildcats Today podcast.